Most sales coaching sessions and call reviews aren't that productive for you or your sales rep. I've been part of thousands of sales coaching sessions, call reviews, where you sit down and a business owner or sales manager, whoever it is, sitting down with the rep and telling them what they need to do to improve. I see one thing more than almost anything else happen that works against helping the rep get performance. And, the business owner or the manager, whoever it is, sits down, they listen to the call together. The manager, whoever, says, okay, well, Joe, the intro wasn't right. We got to change that. The tonality, let's try to, let's here and here and here, let's change the tonality. Or, your speed was a little off. Like, let's speed that up. And, here you could have said this, and here you could have said this, and here you go. Here's all your feedback. Here's 17 things that we could have done better. Go do. And it doesn't work. The reason is sales is psychological. And when you send them back with 5, 10, 15 things to focus on improving, they go into analysis paralysis. They start overthinking. When they start overthinking, that works against what they need to do to be actively listening and to be natural as a salesperson. Kind of like golf. Golf is a sport that's, you get in your head and it screws you up. I went to the driving range once with my father-in-law. And, I'm at the time a mediocre golfer. I, not too embarrassing if I go out and golf. And I get out there and I, start hitting. And I'm, for me, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I'm actually making contact with the ball. It's going relatively close to where I'm aiming. So I'm pretty happy with myself. And my father-in-law, who's a great golfer, he says, "Hey, Ray, you gotta change your wrist, the way you're holding the club there." And I said, okay, so I took a couple shots and I'm thinking about this. Your legs ought to be shoulder length apart. Why don't you spread your legs out just a little bit? I said, okay. So I'm spreading my legs out. Now I'm focused on my wrist, and I start and I take a few swings, and I'm hitting the ball. And he says, on your backswing there, you really want your arm in this position. Okay, and then you want the club in this position. And I shit you not, within 10 minutes, I went from making contact with the ball and it going relatively straight to taking massive chunks of grass out of the field.
Well, we've all felt like that before. There's no doubt about it, and golf will do that to you.
And I tell you that because it's really similar to how it works with most call reviews and sales coaching sessions. But I went from focusing on making contact with the ball to now trying to think about a wrist, trying to think about my backswing, trying to think about where my feet are positioned. And I can't focus on making good contact with the ball anymore. And that's what we do when we send sales reps back with 5, 10, 15 things to think about and focus on their next call. We actually prevent them from doing what they need to do to get better. The next time you do a call review and you sit down, listen really carefully to everything that's going on in that call. Write it down so you don't forget it. At the end of that call, sit back, and before you say anything or before you start the constructive part of the process, which of these would have the biggest impact on sales going forward? That if this sales rep made this change, it would have the biggest impact. So rank them. Look for the highest level improvement that can be made. Identify that and ask them to fix that one. Send them back with one thing to focus on, the highest leverage change that they can make the next time that they're making a call. And they're going to focus on that one thing. That's going to let them still be natural on the phone, not overthinking things, not falling into analysis paralysis, and it's going to help them improve. And the next time you do a call review session, you look at that one thing. You drill that one thing for a few sessions until it becomes second nature, until it becomes natural for them, until you make it a habit. Once you've gotten that habit in place and you've installed that improvement, then you do the same thing. You listen for all of the improvements that can be made. You identify the one with the highest leverage, the most impact that can be made, and you install that one. And what you're doing when you coach this way is you're stacking good habits on top of each other. That is the essence of great coaching. Don't send people back with too much shit to think about. Send them back with the one thing that they need to change. Get that installed, stack the next one on. If you do it consistently, I promise you, you'll get results that actually stick. You'll get results faster, and both you and your sales rep will like your coaching sessions a hell of a lot more. I hope this has been helpful. If you liked this video on sales, you may like this one.